check it. This gonna be a good one right here. Now, most people know they're like, hey man, if you be around me, man, I got good energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a smiling guy. I love to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Talk smack and crack jokes, bro. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? But this the time I had to drop me one about my son and mama, right? So we on board the USS Eisenhower. Now this is another this is a military story right here, right? So uh yeah, I tell y'all the story how I met my son, mom, but just know that at this time, we together, right? So we together, we rocking strong, and we work together. Now, before we started working together, you know what I'm saying? Like I was working in one spot, and she was working in another spot. So the people in the command didn't like us being together because they were like, man, Howes he's a little hoodlum, and she's such a little good girl. So you know what I'm saying? They don't need to be together. So our FSO came up with the idea like, well, you know what? We don't want them to be together. How about we make them work together? So therefore, they'll get tired of seeing each other every day. Not your boy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of them dudes like my girl now. I tell you, like you have to be around me. Like I'm a guy who like I can be around my girl every day. You know what I'm saying? And still it be new and not boring. So that was the case. So we working together, right? It was this Hawaiian guy. He was slim and tall. You know what I'm saying? Named Eli. Now Eli, he was kind of a loner. You know what I'm saying? Good at his job, good cook, and everything like that. But he had these like he was a real bad loner to the point that if anybody say something to him, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll really try to like cuss you out or try to lowball you because that's just how he was. So now mind you, I had just made E4 at the time, right? So I'm like, so now they know me like in the military, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why they spared me so much because, you know what I'm saying, I was a good leader and I worked hard. Now, even though I got into a whole bunch of crazy mess, like they knew that about me, right? So this particular time, our galley captain, who was an E6 named Rob, he was mad about something that Eli was doing or wasn't doing. So Eli went to go to what we had like a little computer room to go sit down. So Rob couldn't tell him what to do because he was just shunning Rob off. Like Rob ain't talking about there, Rob. You know what I'm saying? So when they want the dirty work done, get dirty work done, guess who they call? They call your boy. Steve Dave know what I'm talking about too. So he was like, he told me, he said, hey, Howard, man, I need you to go in there and get Eli out the room, bro. Now, before all this happened, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I say, me, Eli, and my child Bone were working together. He had got to arguing with her about an apron. You know what I'm saying? They argued about an apron. It was her apron for sure. But like when in the kitchen, they tell you to leave your apron in the kitchen if you're going out on a break. So she left her apron in the kitchen and he just put it on for whatever reason. So she got back in the kitchen. She was like, hey man, Eli, you got my apron and stuff like that. So he was like, apron, you gonna trip out of apron? I don't care about no apron. So now, mind you, this is my girl at the time. They know how I'm rocking about my girl, right? So I'm watching. I'm a E4. They little see me. I'm like, man, I'm gonna let her handle that. But he started getting disrespectful and calling her out her name. And they was in my ear. They're like, man, you gonna let him talk to your girl like you gonna talk to your girl like that? I'm like, bro, just chill. You know what I'm saying? I take care because we had this place called a berthing where like all the cooks sleep at and stuff like that. So I'm like, I take care of that when we get to the berthing, right? So all right, the shit was over. They finished arguing. You know what I'm saying? She ended up going to go get another apron. So I went down to the burden after the shift was over. And I'm like, all that disrespectful stuff that you said to old girl, I'm like, say it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you obviously know that, you know what I'm saying, this is my girl. So I feel like by you disrespecting her, calling her out of name, I ain't got no problem. I'm an E4. I ain't got no problem with y'all having disagreements, bro. Like, but at the same time, when I feel like it's being personal, you know what I'm saying? That's my problem. So I checked him right there in the bird in front of everybody. He was like, nah, man, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping about that. I don't want no problem with you, Howard and stuff. I'm like, all right, well, keep it like that, dude. All right, cool. So the next day, we back in work. Rob trying to get Eli to do something. Eli was bucking. Rob came to get me. I guess Eli must have slept on that. You know what I'm saying? He must have slept on it like, man, I feel like he was trying. This is a tall Hawaiian guy. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm 6'1", so you know what I'm saying. Eli about 6'2", 6'3". You know what I'm saying? But slim little guy, right? So Rob called him like, hey, how man? You know what I'm saying? Now Rob don't know. I don't know if he know, or he probably did know if me and him had some words, you know what I'm saying, based on him with my kid's mom, right? So I'm like, man, all right, I'm an E4. I'm trying to prove myself. I ain't tripping. So I go to the computer room where Eli was at. And I was like, hey man, Eli, man, you know what I'm saying? We need you to come here and do this, then the third. So that nigga showing me off. I'm like, look here, bro. You need to get up and come in here, come handle the business in this kitchen, bro, in this galley, bro. And he was like, man, I do what I want to do, man. And I was like, he was like, shut up. And I said, come shut me up. You know what I'm saying? So now, mind you, now me and him don't call the commotion. It's me, him, Steve Davis, Dominique Wynn. Rest in peace, Dominique Wynn. Love you, boy. I hate that happened to you, bro. Rest in peace, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Helen, one of our other cooks named Helen, right? So he was like, shut up. I was like, come shut me up. So this nigga got up and started walking towards me, right? And I tell you, like, it was so like in slow motion. He got up and just this nigga mush. Like he put his hands on my mouth like this. And as soon as he touched my mouth, I knocked his hand down. Hit him clean on the jaw. Boom. He stood up for like 1 second. His eyes rolled in the back of his head. And he fell. Like now in the Navy they have like these little oval little doors, right? But it's not completely to the ground. It's an oval door or like an oval shaped door. And he hit the back of his head on this oval shaped door, right? So after I had done dropped him, he went to sleep. He hit his head on the door, and blood started gushing out his head, right? So, cause I'm like now, like God forgive me, and He know what my intention was. I'm like, I'm finna kill you, bro. I'm finna kill you. So I goes over there to like to like I'm finna kick his face right between kick his face right like on the little door thing to like cause like I'm finna kill you, bro, because you shouldn't have tried me like that. And as soon as I put a foot up to kick his face, Dominique Wynn grabbed me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, how man, god dang man, you tripping, you don't knock them out, bro. You tripping. So Rob seeing all this go down, right? So Rob, like at the time, Rob probably like about 48. Rob coming like, oh, how, he doing all this. I'm like, man, I said you would have touched me, I would have knocked you out too. So he like, oh damn, why you did you done killed the man, right? Like you done killed the man. So Wynn grabbed me. Dave was in there. They were talking sense to me, and then I had snapped back into reality. I was like, God dang, man, I don't kill this man. I don't kill this man about some foolishness, man. But I'm like, man, that man should have put his hand on me, man. So, you know, it was a, it was a, oh, the phone. So it was a crazy time, you know what I'm saying, when I thought I had unalived, you know what I'm saying, Eli, you know what I'm saying, based off him, you know what I'm saying, talking trash to this disturbing. Hold on, y'all, I'm sorry. Spam. Based off him, you know what I'm saying, disrespecting my child mom, man. But I ended up getting I ended up catching a break, even though they busted me down, you know what I'm saying? I ended up catching a break because the same day I had to go and get busted down, man. This gonna sound crazy, bro. We was out to sea, like the ship almost hit a tanker, bro, and almost blowed up the whole ship the same day. I had to go up to captain, man. So, you know what I'm saying? He suspended my bus, you know what I'm saying, and busted me and him down. But after that, man, you know what I'm saying? I eventually apologized to him, and he kind of understood, and what I'm saying, like, needless to say, he wasn't so much of a jerk after that. But yeah, that's the time I almost unalived a person in the military by dropping him. All right.